Yes, we are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Onyango Barbara Chinobi. Thank you for joining us for today's conference. Can you hear me? Please, if thank you for joining us as we celebrate today's World Diabetes Day. My name is Onyango Barbara, and it is an honor to be here with you. I am a registered dietitian, a researcher, and a research administrator at Nutrition Drive for Healthy Diet Initiative (NDDI), and I will be moderating this session. Once again, we are grateful for joining us. Thank you for joining us today. Today's conference is being hosted by Nutrition Life, and we are here to celebrate World Diabetes Day. Nutrition Life is an organization that provides evidence-based nutrition education and which aims to improve the life and well-being of people. Our aim is to improve people's life and also to help to guide them towards healthy living. And today we are here to celebrate you all. So thank you for joining us. Um, so today's the theme of today's conference is diabetes and well-being. So today we will be providing information around mental health issues, emotional, physical, and societal well-being of those who are diabetic. Now, when someone has diabetes, it does not just affect them, it also affects those around them. So both their family members, their friends. And so today we are here to address some of these issues, not just for those who have this condition, but for also their caregivers and also for their friends and everybody. So please, this is not just for those who have diabetes mellitus. Share to your friends, let them join so that they can also learn. Because not only are we here to provide information on how to deal with this condition, but we are also here to provide information on how to prevent people from developing this condition too. So the entire world is celebrating World Diabetes Day today, and we are also here to celebrate today with you. Um, During this conference, we'll be providing you with a lot of information. So there will be a mix of language as well. So we'll be speaking both in English and Pidgin. So I want to say welcome to you all once again. During this conference, we'll be having two amazing speakers who are the founders and co-founders of Nutrition Life. So we'll be hearing from Daishan Fechi, and we'll also be hearing from Daishan Adinchi Dike. So please, if you have your pen and paper, bring it out. If it's your phone you're using to type, whatever it is, and just keep your ears open and feel free to ask as much questions as you want. So right now we will be going to so today, like I said, we'll be having two amazing dietitians here, and we'll be having two presentations. So the first presentation will be on understanding diabetes from a non-professional perspective, and this presentation will be made by dietitian Okereke Suwonfechi David, who is a co-founder of this organization. Dietitian Suwonfechi is an experienced expert in managing diabetes, and he has advanced knowledge in this. He's passionate about promoting people's health and well-being, and by providing individualized diet to people. His aim is to use traditional ingredients for modern diabetes treatment, and he has actually helped over 2,000 people who have this condition. So it is an honor to have him here, and I know that we will be unpacking a lot. So that Chancellor Fetch will be making a presentation on understanding diabetes from a non-professional perspective. So right about now, I would like us to react with our favorite emojis as we welcome Daishan Suwonfechi to the stage to give us this power-packed information and power-packed presentation. Thank you all.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Una well done. Oh. Welcome to our program, World Diabetes Day Celebration 2024. The theme for this year program na diabetes and well-being. I know say una go don dey follow up from the point where we started making our adverts and posting on the group. For those of you who are in our group, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Actually, wetin we wan do na to help una understand say diabetes no be death sen ten ce. Many of una dey worry say this condition wan kill me patapata, but na because say knowledge gap dey, na why this thing dey happen. So today we go look at this condition from the perspective of person wey no be professional. As you now wey dey lis ten to me, or most of you wey no be professional, you no be health professional, you no be doctor, you no be nurse, you no be dietitian, you no be anything. Na from that perspective now we wan look at this condition to help you understand say this condition, if you really understand am, you no go worry too much. So maybe we can get into the slide. Okay, so this is the slide, understanding diabetes from a non-professional perspective. Next slide. Okay, before I get into it right away, my name is Nasoron Feiti Okereke, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, a diabetic educator, and a lifestyle coach. So wetin I dey do na to help people live a healthy life. And for diabetic people, I don't work with them for the last 5 years of my life. And so me and them, I dey call them my friends. So if you hear my friends, you know say na diabetic people I dey talk about. Okay. So now this na area where we say me I don't dey and I don't do am for the last 5 years. So you're going to be getting experience of a professional who has done this for 5 years running. Okay. So diabetes, I describe it as a chronic starvation of different cells in our body. Now say diabetes na starvation. You know wetin be starvation? Starvation na say something no dey eat. Okay, if you no dey eat for a long period of time, na im be say you are starved. So your cell for your body dey starved for the longest time wey you don dey suffer this condition. Okay, na just say your cell dey starved, e no dey get the nutrient wey e need, the sugar wey e need for am to function well. Na im be say you dey diabetic. Nothing else anybody wan tell you. Na this thing now be say diabetes don set in. Say your cell dey starved, e no dey get the sugar wey e need to do other works wey you need to do for your body. Next slide. Now, diabetes, me I dey describe diabetes as a key problem. Now, imagine say you come your house, carry your key, put for door, wan unlock your house, e come be say your key no gree open your door again. You know as key dey take dey. Now, diabetes be like key problem. As key no dey gree open your door for your house, na im be say sugar go dey outside. Just the same way wey you go dey outside dey wait until that door open, na so sugar go dey outside the cell, just dey cluster around your blood, dey there dey wait until anytime wey that key wey be insulin na the key wey dey open cell for sugar to enter. So as insulin no dey for type 1 people, as insulin no dey at all, na im be say you go need insulin make dem bring am from outside come. So they go inject you with insulin. But for type 2 people, na say your key need maybe lubricant. You know say key, if e dey long, e go dey get friction wey dey hold am. Maybe you go just need add oil for that key, make e unlock am, right? Make e begin work normally again. Now, na wetin type 2 now Now wetin type 2 be? If you dey consider say your key never spoil, no be say your key don bad, but friction don occur, so e no dey work as e suppose work. So no be say insulin no dey at all, na say your body no dey see this insulin. Your body no dey see am for one reason or the other. You get? So for type 1, na say the key don damage patapata. While for type 2, na say the key dey, e dey good, but you fit need adjust am, put oil for the key, make you fit lubricate am, make e fit open the door. So type 2 diabetes could be said to be that your key, your insulin is available, but it is not working as it should. All right? So understand say diabetes na key problem. If you understand am, you no go dey panic say this my sugar, why e dey fluctuate? Like nothing is wrong with you. Na just say your body no dey produce that key, or your body no dey sense that key wey e need open the cell, make sugar quick enter the cell. I don't know if you understand it. So na just this thing be the problem. If you understand that, you go know say you go now need adjust. Now when we dey talk about treatment, my colleague go handle am and he go help una understand am more. May we go to the next slide. Okay, so this slide is about symptoms of diabetes. Now, diabetes has peculiar symptoms that people are usually looking out for. But I want to warn that say you get these symptoms, no mean say automatically you be diabetic person. Maybe you don't dey go toilet, they urinate often, more than they do normally. It doesn't mean that you are diabetic. Okay? So the point is you shouldn't look at these symptoms and just apply it to yourself and say, hey, I dey get this thing, oh, e be like say I dey diabetic. No, that's not it. Now, the reason I'm saying this is so that you understand yourself. Whenever you're having any of these symptoms, you can actually go to your doctor and report. Tell your doctor this and this is what I'm having, and let the doctor take care of things. Okay? So the first thing we do for our list here is just polyuria. Say you dey go toilet, you get 4 T's where they here. So that just to make you understand that. Toilet, say you dey go toilet, they urinate. Some of you they go toilet for night more than 6 times. Now normal for diabetic person. You know key person. Now diabetes you get, you know key person. So relax. No be say na your death sentence. Now as you dey now take the measures where we go help you take. Now this symptom go dey reduce gradually. One after the other, all of them go dey drop. The reason why many of the symptoms still persist, even after many years of you controlling your blood sugar, is that you have not actually followed the professional approach, which is multifactorial. Say e get many angles to am. Diabetes no be only medication, no be only diet. There get many other things where you suppose understand. So symptoms, na toilet, say they go toilet every time. Now one of the symptoms. Say you dey thirsty, that urine where you dey pass for toilet, you go replace am because the body na water full am. Na water full inside our body. So you no go just dey pass urine, you no go fit replace the water where they come out for. Now waste where you dey pass. So you need to replenish the water where you pass through urine. Then you dey tired because say your cell no dey get these things. The cells in your body, they are not getting the required sugar or energy that it needs. You will be tired. You know, I said it was a starvation problem. Say your cell is starved. You yourself, if you dey starved for some days, you know say you dey tired. Na normal thing. So your cell dey starved. As you know dey eat, you know dey reach that cell. So the cell dey starved. So na why you dey feel tired. You know dey fit do anything. You no get strength. Na because say you dey tired. So you go come lean. Your body now go leave the sugar wey you suppose dey use dey work come dey break down your fat. Na wetin happen be that. The sugar wey your body suppose use dey work, the body, because say e no fit enter cell because of that key insulin wey don spoil. Now the body dey break down the fat. Na why you now dey lean dey go. You no fit control how you dey lean. Some of you in the group, you were complaining, saying that, why am I getting this lean? Why? I'm just dropping so much. It is just because your cell is starved. And because the cell is starved, the body have a way to channel its energy source to the use of fat. Okay? So the body will now start using your fat, and that's why you're getting lean. Blurry vision, yes. Because say you know they get energy, you know they get your cell, know they get energy. Even your muscle cells, your eyes, in fact, every part of the body, just like every cell in the body is shutting down. So your eye, organs for the body, now cell where they make up tissues and organs, right? So that cell where they control eye vision, know they get, they get food way in the chop. So it will affect your eye. Okay. Now the next thing is increased hunger, polyphagia. You go to chop like person way from prison come out. You just be eating and eating a lot of food. Now this is what the symptoms is like. You just be eating so much. So when you discover say you don't dey eat more than usual, what you go do now to say check whether other of these symptoms dey. You go now rush go see doctor. Blurry vision is there, and then slow wound healing. Now, you no go dey heal your wound fast because say sugar don cluster, sugar no dey enter this thing again. Sugar go come dey on top your skin, right? So the wound no go dey heal as fast as e suppose heal because say that sugar go don dey there. You know dey allow things wey suppose help wound healing to form. Okay, so that is why these symptoms exist. But say you get these symptoms, remember say I thought say it doesn't mean that you are diabetic. In fact, let me say it here. You are not diabetic until the doctor diagnoses you and proclaims you to be diabetic. All right? So, despite the symptoms you are having, you need to go and see a doctor first before you declare yourself diabetic. Now, this is one mistake many of you make. Once you see these symptoms, you're already running and looking for one product and the other. You are running helter. If you are desperately in need of one thing to remove diabetes from your body. Somebody asked me last night and said, what do I need to remove diabetes from my body? And I was just like, what is this? And that is how many of you are doing it. You're running around looking for one product that will flush out diabetes from. No. I need you to appreciate the knowledge in this presentation. Next slide, please. So we want to talk about how you go take know say you dey diabetic. Now doctor they handle this one, but the reason why I want talk am now make you know so that as doctor they do you go say okay this dietitian been talk am as they give that lecture that day. Now just make you know say doctor they tell you make I do this test, do that test, do the other one. Now make you know whether I did diabetic or not. So the first one now say fasting glucose, fasting blood glucose. Now fasting glucose, now say you go wake up in the morning, you no go eat anything. Now you go check the sugar within your body in the last 24 hours. Now if you don't check them maybe more than 2 times and your reading they read 126 milligram per dl. This thing now waiting doctor will check. No be you, no be as I dey talk am now, you go say you don't diagnose yourself. No be you they diagnose, that doctor go diagnose. So if you don't check them, your blood sugar day 126 and above. You don't check them more than 2-3 times. They show this thing. There's a likelihood that you might just be diabetic, but a doctor will still confirm them. All right. So the next test Now say hemoglobin, glycated hemoglobin test. Glycated hemoglobin test, e dey check sugar wey dey your body in the last 3 months. So it takes care of the sugar that is within your body in the last 2 to 3 months. All right. So this test, if you check them and your reading is below 5.4%, it means say you know the diabetic. You go check am more than once. So remember one thing I thought, you go check am like 2, 3 times. And it dey below 5.4. It means say there is a chance that you may not be diabetic. And if it dey between 5.4 and 6.4 or 6.0, right? Percent. Now, it means say you fit don dey, you fit don dey enter diabetes, you dey pre-diabetic, right? If you dey between 5.7 to 6.4, right? It means say you don enter pre-diabetic. Now, if you don pass 6.4%, if you don pass am, anything above that, e fit be say you don enter diabetes already. But everything wey I don talk here, na say doctor go still confirm everything. No be, you won't just conclude on your own. Why I'm saying it here is for knowledge sake, so that you will know how to look at your results and make informed decision based on say doctor talk am. All right. So 6.5% and higher, they show say you sef don enter diabetic. Now 5.4 to 6.4 say na pre-diabetics you don dey. Now anything below 5.4 na say you dey normal. I hope say you get this one. I hope you got it right, because this is just what the doctor will be doing. But then while the doctor is doing it, this information will help you appreciate what the doctor is doing. In fact, this particular test, I think, is the most accurate that the doctors use alongside the symptoms. Now, the doctors will be doing their medical diagnosis, asking you questions. How many times do you urinate in the night? How many times do you do that? How many times do you eat? They'll be asking you questions around that: eating so much, urinating so much, drinking water so much. Those are the major, diagnosis indicators that they use. All right. So you need to be sensitive to what you are going through. All right. So that you'll be able to give the doctor information that they need. Next slide, please. Next slide. Are we done? Okay. So this is just it, because I don't want to delve into the treatment. My colleague will delve into the treatment. Now, the diagnosis helps you know if you're diabetic or not. Now, after diagnosis, the first thing you must do after seeing your doctor, as you're leaving the doctor's office, you're meant to go and see the dietitian. Now, my friend, who is also a dietitian, I think will take up the other treatment part. Barbara, are you there? I think my time is up.
Thank you. Is that right?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. This has been an amazing session. Thank you, Dashan Faithful. You know, something about I like when you said diabetes is not a death sentence. Most of the time, once we hear that it's not a death sentence, the first thing that comes to mind is HIV, because that's like the main slogan there. But as long as a chronic condition is not a death sentence, and there is, when someone goes for HIV test, when they are done, the next thing is that they take you to a room before the test comes out to
Yeah.
tell you, oh, HIV is not a death sentence. They tell you a lot of things before the result comes out. So I
How
think
you
that
know?
discretion should also be taken when diagnosing people with diabetes, because it is a chronic condition and it's not something that people just take immediately. But we've not taken it that seriously. And it's something
Right.
that really needs to be integrated because it's a serious issue. You have to explain to the person, even if the person does not have it. It's important that you explain, oh, this is not a death sentence, that you can manage it. I think one thing I always tell my patients is that this condition could have been as a result of what you ate or what you did not eat, but we
Anything.
can use that same food to manage that condition. So we should try to
Another,
always integrate this
another
while
thing,
we are talking.
another thing that deals with them a lot when we are trying to help them is guilt. They don't want you to
Yes.
point that sin to them. They don't want to feel bad that you're telling them it's because of what you ate. That's another condition that they battle with in there. And that's why they run away from
Yes.
dietitians. Once they hear that,
Yes.
no, 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 no. Tell me what I, the sin I committed yesterday.
Yeah, there's always a lot of guilt when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, it has happened, it has happened. The next thing, or the most important thing, is what is the way forward? How can we manage this? People who've had patients that have had this condition for over 60 years, 40 years, and you wouldn't even know that they do. Now,
They
why?
are
And
just
one of the major thing you always say is that they listen to their dietitian. Like that is always one of the major things. Once the dietitian comes in at the beginning, oh, it is always easy to follow because dietitians we like to make you enjoy your life. We are not the restrictive people. Like one thing you always observe is that when someone speaks to a dietitian, it's different because it's that same food they're eating, but we just have to find another way. We don't want to limit your life. So thank you very much for this session. Thank you so much. So now we'll be going towards the second part of this presentation, which should be handled by another amazing dietitian, Daishan Adinchi Dike. Daishan Adinchi Adiledike is going to be talking on understanding sustainable treatment and avoiding complications, because complication is one of the major things that arises from not managing these conditions properly. And that is also where the issues come. Sometimes you still have patients that they've had this condition for 15 years and they're coming to see you for the first time. You're like, wow. But those people who usually come early is usually very easy. But that does not mean that we cannot help you at any point. We are always there to help you at any point. So, and our aim is to make it sustainable, to make that your diet sustainable. We do not want to give you an unrealistic way of managing this condition. So, Daishan Adinchi is also a registered dietitian who has over 10 years experience in managing this in human nutrition and dietetics. He is passionate about promoting public health and community health as well through good nutrition. Through, when you hear nutrition, it's what you eat or narrating you chop be that. So it's not a big English. Narrating you chop. So we are here to promote your life through what we eat. He serves currently as a principal dietitian at Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe, and where he has managed a lot of people with this condition. So you are about to see another experienced person give you an information, provide you with more information, and I promise you this is going to be another wonderful session. And it's also going to be a mixture of both. So we are like, you need to have fun while you are here with us. So please react with your favorite emojis, put your hand of round of applause for us to welcome Daishan Adimchi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dietitian Barbara, for that wonderful introduction. And I want to say that you are really doing a very good job moderating this event. And I also want to say kudos to Dietitian Jerome Fechi for this wonderful presentation. At least if you are not a professional, that's if you know be dietitian, if you know be anything wey concern health, at least with this presentation, you for don learn one or two things. So I want to say thank you so much. So without wasting much of our time, I go just dey enter straight to how we go do this diabetes, how we go take treat am, that's treatment, and how we can avoid complications. So when it comes to treatment of diabetes, e get something wey I wan talk first. Before you go talk of treatment, you need to first be diagnosed, properly diagnosed. And how you go take find out? My colleague don talk am say you go first go meet physician, go meet doctor, and he been mention some of the diagnosis, some wey you go for don do like 3 months, and some that you just do immediately. So before you go into treatment, there is a need for proper diagnosis. And he mentioned some symptoms, and not because of you experiencing some of these symptoms, you just conclude say, e be like say I get diabetes, or yeah, wetin I go dey chop, wetin I go do, which concussion wey I go take now. No, when it comes to treatment, first of all, there is a need to be properly diagnosed. And when you have been diagnosed, the next thing is to go into treatment. So I would like by saying that to achieve optimal blood sugar control, it is very possible. So it is very possible. And how can it be possible? If there is early diagnosis. So the earlier, if you dey see one kind symptom for your body, no conclude say you get diabetes. Rush go hospital, go meet doctor. The earlier doctor look into your body, do some tests for you, come understand say you get diabetes, the better that you can be able to achieve optimal blood sugar control. And if you dey wait time, I no get money, dis symptom wey I dey see as I dey piss so and all those things, whether e be diabetes or e no be diabetes, the more you dey waste time, the more it becomes difficult to treat, and the more complications for diabetes go come up. So now let's go into the treatment. So for sustainable treatment, we are looking at these three images. One, medication. And this medication, I no go too much talk about am because say na doctors wey sabi this one, na dem dey do everything wey concern medication. We wey be dietitian, we dey focus on wetin you go chop and some lifestyle wey you go dey practice. So for medication, na doctors, na dem sabi am. So I just wan mention am here so that you go know say, e get some stories as I dey see patient for hospital, some go tell me say, I don hear stories like doctor don say I be diabetic and he wan give me medication. I say I no want medication. No, for sustainable treatment, medication dey important. Then the second option is lifestyle changes. As I dey talk so, I go open the place where you go understand these lifestyle changes. E get some kind things wey you go need to stop to dey do, and e get some kind things wey you need to start to dey do. Then the other treatment option, which is very important, regular checkups and screening. You gats dey do checkup, you gats dey do screening to know wetin dey happen with your body. So these three forms of treatment, these options, na wetin go help you make your treatment sustainable, and wetin go help your sugar dey under optimal normal control. This one no be story, this one na tested and confirmed. People wey I don dey treat, even wey dey follow doctors treatment as well, people wey do all these things, their sugar dey under good control. So let's go in details. So like I talk before, I no go too much talk about this medication, but I say make I bring am out so that una go know say medication dey important if you want achieve sustainable treatment, if you want achieve sustainable optimal sugar control. These things are there. And for the medication, we get the one wey dey dey swallow like tablet. This one we dey call am oral hypoglycemic. So there are so many names. I no go into details. I no go dey mention them because I no be doctor. But I just wan make you know say these things dey important. So you get the ones wey dey dey swallow, and you get the ones wey dey dey inject. The number two wey I call injectable. They are form of medication wey dey dey give in form of injection. I know say so many people wey be diabetics for don dey hear insulin, and e get so many other forms of injection wey dey dey give. And some people, doctor go come see your sugar, say e dey too high, e go say okay, I go give you 1 and 2. You go swallow tablet and I go still give you injection. So these are the treatment option as far as medication is concerned. Then e get some people wey dey diabetic, maybe they were not early diagnosed. They no come know say they get diabetes on time. So because of that thing, by the time they for don know say they get diabetes, some complications for don come in. So as your doctor dey check you, there are other treatments they might, dey give you medication, like people wey don get high blood pressure and they also dey diabetic. Of course, your doctor go come give you medication wey go help you treat your high blood pressure. And for people wey their lipid profile don go high, so tey to avoid any complication wey go lead to heart problem. And as I go dey talk, I will mention some of these complications. So if maybe they don find out say e get other complications wey dey, so they go give you some of these medications apart from the one wey they go dey give you to dey bring down your sugar. So I no wan waste time for this medication. So make we quickly go to lifestyle changes. Na for here now wey we wey be dietitian dey always like chook mouth. Number one be healthy diet. So this healthy diet, I like wetin moderator talk. Moderator talk say we dey talk about food, we go tell you eat this, eat that, and we no go remove food wey be natural food. All those natural food, we go still tell you how you go dey chop them. I've had stories where people will tell me, they say I'm diabetic, and a neighbor was telling me eat only this one, and another neighbor was telling me eat only that one. Because of that thing, they become so confused. But we wey be dietitian, na we go tell you how you go take chop. And in order to ensure optimal blood sugar control, if you dey do your medication, you go focus for your diet, and na dietitians wey go tell you how e go be. So if you like know wetin you go dey chop, just stay with us. Before we finish, we will also tell you other plans wey we get for una wey go help you understand wetin you go dey chop. So when we talk about healthy diet, we are talking about combining these foods, bringing this food together, those natural food. So there will be a modification the way you are going to eat it in order to help bring your sugar under tight control. Of course, one of the lifestyle changes wey you go do na physical activity, increasing your physical activity level, which be regular exercise. And if you dey see the picture wey I dey show now, the hand wey dey up like this na the things wey you go dey do, and the hand wey dey down like this na the things wey you for dey avoid. If you look at the hand wey dey up, e dey show person wey dey run, na physical activity. And if you look for the hand wey dey down, you go see person wey just relax, dey do one or two things, dey watch video to do that one. So when it comes to lifestyle changes, exercise is very important. If you increase wetin you dey do every day, where you dey work, where you dey go, no be everywhere you dey go you go use your motor, or you go enter keke, or you go enter bike. Some places you go walk, some places you go walk fast. So these things go help your sugar dey under optimal control. Then weight management is important. Some people go come become so big before they go even know say they get diabetes. So in this case, it is important to shed off those weight, because by the time you shed off those weight, it helps the insulin to be sensitive. I hope say you don understand. It helps the insulin to be sensitive. So for people wey dey obese, wey get extra weight, it is advisable, if you are diagnosed that you are diabetes, it is advisable to shed weight. And we also dietitian go help you, tell you the kind things wey you go dey chop, the kind things wey you go dey do wey go help your weight to come down. Then number 4 is stress reduction. So many things dey make person dey feel anyhow. So many things dey make person dey get stress. And if you be diabetic and you dey get stress, e go dey make your sugar dey go up. So as much as possible, try to reduce everything wey go increase your stress. Try to avoid stress. I get so many things wey you fit dey do to help you feel relaxed. E get some kind things wey you fit dey lis ten to help you feel relaxed. E get some people wey you go dey associate with to help you really reduce your stress. So if you understand the kind things wey go help you, you no go dey think too much, you no go dey feel anyhow, do those things. Think, if you like music and you know say whenever you dey lis ten to music, you go feel relaxed, lis ten to music. If na exercise you dey do and e go help you feel relaxed, do that exercise. If na to go to some kind places, dey see things, or dey do things wey go help you feel relaxed, do those things. So anything wey go pour sand for your garri, wey go make you uncomfortable, wey go make you dey feel anyhow, that thing go make your sugar dey go up. So try to avoid anything wey go lead to stress. So these are some of the lifestyle changes. Then the number 5 one wey I wan talk about na to dey sleep wella. Adequate sleep. It is very important to sleep on time. Unfortunately, we dey for the time wey people dey hardly sleep. Even if you wan sleep, you go just bring out your phone, see one video or the other, or see one thing wey dey talk for social media. For that, you go dey awake dey do, dey watch all those things. Or maybe, in this digital age, maybe you dey hustle for one money or the other, you go dey online. It is advisable, whether you get diabetes or you no get diabetes, even as an adult, to have at least 8 hours sleep in a day. So if you dey sleep wella, e go help your sugar to be under optimal control. So na the kind thing wey I wan talk for lifestyle changes. E get some people wey dey drink, e get some people wey dey smoke. So these things, you need to drop those habits. E no dey good for your body. E no dey good for the sugar wey dey go high. If you still dey drink, if you still dey smoke, all these things fit even increase the complications wey go come with the diabetes. So these things, you need to drop it. And we as dietitian, with one-on-one counseling, with one-on-one advice, we go tell you the kind thing wey for you alone go help you make your sugar dey under good control. So let me go to the other treatment. Regular checkup. E get some kind people, when they check their blood sugar once, they no go check am again for like 4 months. It is not like that. If you want to be accountable, if you want to see that your sugar is under optimal control, you need to monitor your blood sugar from time to time. And remember, I talked about other medication. If na person wey don get complication like blood pressure, hypertension, it is also important to also pressure. Person wey don get cholesterol, okay, if na person wey in fat for body don high, it is also important from time to time to go and know about these things. So e dey important. So if you dey combine medication, dey combine lifestyle changes, dey combine this regular checkup and screening, I tell you true, your sugar go dey under tight control. Then we also have regular screening for other things. So if you dey go meet your doctor, e fit help you check wetin dey happen to your eyes, e fit help you check wetin dey happen for your kidney, e fit help you check wetin dey happen for your leg. So these things, if you dey go for regular checkup and screening, if there's anything wey dey wrong, they go find out on time and treat that thing. So these things, if you combine these 3 things wey I don mention, medication, combine am with lifestyle changes that involves healthy eating, physical exercise, stress management, having better sleep. If you combine it with regular checkup, trust me, your sugar go dey under tight control. So I want to quickly go into complications. So let me point out that you may develop complications if you are not following your treatment plan that have been given to you by your doctors and your dietitians. If you are not following this treatment plan, the medication, the dietary plan, there is going to be complications on the long run. So let us quickly look at the complications. So for these complications of diabetes, it can be short-term and there are complications. Short-term be say something wey go just come as soon as you identify that you are diabetic. You can see this complication if you are not following your treatment plan the way it should be. So the short-term complications, I go just mention am sharp. Number 1 na hypoglycemia. E fit be say your sugar go come dey low. Remember I told you about the treatment options, right? So, and of the treatment option is regular monitoring. What if you come collect the medication wey your doctor give you, as you come put am for mouth, you no come dey do checkup to know as your sugar dey be? Your sugar fit go low, and that one fit kill person o, that one fit kpai person. Number two, hyperglycemia. Your sugar fit go up because say you no dey follow the treatment plan. E get the one wey dey call diabetic ketoacidosis, and diabetic ketoacidosis is the condition whereby the body is making use of ketones as a form of fuel. You know say for our body now, we need, for our body we need insulin to push in this glucose into cells so that the cells will use it as energy. But for this condition, one of the complications be say the sugar just dey for blood, the insulin no dey to push am, and you no dey follow the plan wey your doctor and your dietitian don give you. So e get some point where the sugar go come go up. Since the body dey look for energy, e go come dey break down the fat wey dey for your body, come dey release ketones. So e go come dey release and make the blood so acidic, and it can lead to death. It is very life threatening. Anything fit happen, and it can lead to metabolism imbalance. So the other one na hyperosmolar hyperglycemia, ketone syndrome. E just dey like this number 3, just that in this number 4, e no dey produce ketone, but the sugar go dey too high. So let me go to long-term complications. So complications, we have microvascular complication. E means the problem wey fit come wey dey follow the small blood vessels dey go. We have number 1, person fit lose im eyesight, person go fit go blind, you no go dey see again. So number 2, we have kidney problem. You know say anything for this condition of diabetes, if not well treated, if you're not following the treatment plan that your doctor and your dietitian have given you, anything wey, any organ wey dey for body wey blood dey flow through, wey get vein dey flow, e fit damage. So number 1 na eye. Number 2, the kidney fit damage. Number 3, neuropathy, the nerves wey dey send information to every part. Na why some people go say e be like say dem dey chook pin for my leg, e be like say I no dey feel my hand again, I dey get pain, all this one. So these are the complications that can come up over a long time if the person sugar still dey go up and you no dey treat am well. Then we have the macrovascular complication. The person fit dey one day im heart go dey pain am. The person fit dey one day im heart no go dey pump blood the way e suppose dey pump blood. So these are some of the long-term complications. E get the ones wey be say the artery wey dey carry blood go other to your lower part fit come dey block, something fit dey block am. So these are the complications, and e fit even affect the brain, because the brain na organ, and e dey need supply of both blood and nutrients. So if na the brain the thing affect, person fit get stroke. So these are some of the complications. So other complications include foot ulcer. Person go dey, if he get wound for leg, e no fit heal, the injury go dey there, before you know e don turn ulcer, before you know it they go cut off the person leg. So these are some of the complications. And there are skin condition. You fit just dey like this for armpit, you go dey see your armpit dey black, your neck dey black. So these are some of the complications. Person fit dey like this, you no go dey hear anything again, you no go dey hear wella. I don see like this, if you are, they will come with the complaint, they tell you say they hear well again. These are complications because say the person no dey follow the treatment plan by the doctor and the dietitian. Then there is cognitive impairment. They go talk say, this person no dey reason well o. So these are complications. Of course, depression can set in, anxiety can set in. Person go just feel like, e be like say I go just die, make I die go rest. But I want to assure you something. If you will follow strictly the treatment options I've mentioned earlier, which include both the medical treatment, lifestyle adjustment that has to do with dieting, exercise, reducing stress, adequate sleep, and the likes of them. If you follow this thing, the risk of developing this complication will be greatly reduced. In fact, these complications no go come. And how can we avoid these things? Early diagnosis. So even if you dey lis listen to me now, say you no get it, but they see your body, they do you one kind. No waste time. Just rush. Go hospital. Go make the test you. No be anyhow. If they test you, doctor go test you. If na diabetes, they go tell you the type of diabetes wey dey worry you, and they will start treating you. And the next thing, immediately doctor don find out say you get diabetes, the next thing is look for a dietitian. And we are here, so you can easily communicate with us and we will take care of your dieting. So I wan conclude by telling you say optimal blood sugar control is very possible, has to do with early diagnosis of diabetes. And statistics be say for Nigeria now, 1 out of every 4 no know say they that are diabetic, never know say they dey diabetes. So after a proper diagnosis by a physicians, if you get diabetes, you should try and adhere strictly to the treatment plan provided by your doctor and dietitian. I don talk this before. And if you do it, trust me, you go achieve optimal blood sugar control. And this will help to reduce the risk of complications and to help you maintain a healthy life. So thank you so much for listening.
Wow. Thank you so much, Daishan Adimchi, for this wonderful session as well. It has really been power packed. That's what I'll call it. I think one of the major things I got from this is when it comes to this treatment, especially for those who have been diagnosed, the diagnosis is just early. There's always a lot of confusion there. So I think during my IT, the dietitian in charge there, what she usually tells them is diabetes, there is no medication that will make it to go completely. So there is this herbal medication that goes around. They advertise it in Igbo, so but I'm just going to interpret in English what they, so they only like the diabetes, that it will take away the diabetes completely from your body. And then she's like that there is no medication that can replace your pancreas. So that she tells them on time at the beginning that you have to have this in mind, that there is no medication that will cure it completely, but it can be managed. It cannot be cured, but it can be managed. And that is something that we really need to know.
Yes,
And
yes.
that is something that we really need to emphasize a lot, because once people get once people have that condition, the next thing they're looking for solution. They're like, oh, have you taken this? Have you taken this? And people get taken advantage of a lot, and that leads to so much complication. So thank you for talking about that part. I think another thing, when you also talked about the mental health well-being part, is really really important, because like I said, this particular condition, people don't really, because it's also a chronic condition, but where a lot of um attention goes to probably something like HIV as well. That is where people are always thinking, okay, mental well-being is important. But this is also a chronic condition, and the mental well-being of not just the patient though, but even the friends, the children taking care of the person, or the partner, the husband, the wife, and everybody is involved in managing this condition. So everybody's mental well-being is important, because someone will be calling you, oh, have you taken your medication? Ah, this one you're taking this, and I thought doctor told you not to take this. I thought dietitian told you not to take this. So we need to take this mental well-being part very, very important. And we are not just stopping there. During our question session, we'll be giving you so much information on that part. So don't be afraid. We have so much more coming. But before we go to our question and answer session part, we'll be going for a short break. So during this short break, please drop your questions in the chat box on the YouTube page, and please click on the subscribe button. You see that word subscribe there, just click on that red dot there and be part of our organization. So please subscribe and also drop your questions now. So once we are back from this short break, we will address your questions, and also for some of the ones that we have as well. Thank you.
Oh boy, you miss, oh, for that party,
enough flexing, enough shy girls with just the pure
brother,
flex.
na you for call. No be party wey plan to go together.
No be my fault na. I been dey call your line, you no dey connect.
How you say dey call my line, you no connect?
Dey call your line.
1 minute. Hello? Hello, boy. You say wetin? Diabetes. Na your own don pay, your own don finish. You go rush market now, go rush market. Go buy bag of beans, keep for house. You no go dey eat am with oil o. That one come be
Wetin you dey talk?
wetin be your problem?
Person get diabetes, you dey tell am say make him go buy beans. Who dey do that one? Where you get that information?
E get one chemist man wey dey for my street.
You know dietitian? You know say I be dietitian. And for this kind matter, you for tell that your friend make him come see me. I go tell am wetin him go do and he go dey okay. You dey tell am say make him go eat beans. No go use your hand go kill person. In fact, na why today they dey celebrate World Dietitians Day for the whole world. Na why we Nutrition Life bring this message, make we raise awareness, make people, make the public know say matter wey concern nutrition na only registered dietitians go tell you the koko for the matter and wey go help you make sure say that lifestyle wey you wan achieve, you go achieve am. So no dey go to anyhow person dey collect information. Dietitians are here for you. Thank you.
This deserves a huge round of applause. I mean, we are not just a dietitian, you're also an actor. In fact, multi-skilled, multi-talented. Oh my God. Wow, this is so fun. When I saw the actor, it was when I looked at it very well that I realized it was you. So thank you so much for that. So you see, we are not just bringing so much education in talk. You know, sometimes people don't like so much talk, but when it's also being acted out, because it's more it's easier
Yes.
to understand and easier to learn from. So when you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you're not just seeing this conference, you're also going to be seeing this type of short educational videos that are in form of entertainment that I know that we all enjoy. So please be part of this our organization. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is very important, and you'll be seeing so much more of those beautiful drama. Thank you. All right. So we are going to be going over to our question and answer session. Kindly drop your questions on the chat box. We are taking note of them and we will attend to all of them. So, Deshaun Fechi, your presentation was on understanding the perspective from a non-diabetic. So, from someone who is not a professional. Now, I want to I'm going to act as the patient today because I know I'm going to be asking out a lot of those questions that we get from these are our patients when they come to see us. There's so especially when someone has that condition on is at early diagnosis, there is so much to ask. So I'm going to start by asking a few questions. So, like you said, food, they say let food be thy medicine, right? And this condition, one of the major ways to manage it is by food. So please, what is this food we should eat and what is this food we should not eat so that we can manage this blood sugar level? What are some of these foods that we can eat? In the drama, they just said, oh, eat only beans. Please, it's not only beans. So the Chancellor page is about to give you more information. It's not only beans you'll be eating, please. So let us all pay attention as the Chancellor page gives us more information on that. Thank you.
You know, a lot of information. While growing up, we had a lot of food, right? People were eating only on. In fact, I met one man at a point. He was eating only on ripe plantain and beans. He has eaten it for over 5 years. Like that is the only thing he eats. If not wheat and swallow, he only eats beans and unripe plantain. And you look at this man, you see that this man is already frustrated with life, right? You see that there's a lot of he's not enjoying life anymore. Like life has left him. He's just there. And that is how most people who are diabetic have been frustrated with what they've been told to eat. Now, the truth is that diabetic people can eat almost every natural food that God created. You can eat almost all the natural foods that God created. Not like the normal food you are eating in the house. You can actually eat it. The only problem here is that there is need for moderation in what you eat. That is where the dietitian comes in, and that is where we have played our part in helping over 2,000 people control their sugar through what they eat and other things that we also tell them, right? So you can eat whole foods, foods that are whole, not processed, whole foods, the whole grain foods, whether it's your beans, whether it's your, you can eat the rice, even the rice that some people have been told not to. You can actually eat rice, but we have a way that you can eat your rice, the right quantity that is meant for you as a person, which we consider other factors before we also plan your meal. All right. And you eat it with lots of vegetables. That's where vegetables also come in. Vegetables can help you control your sugar a whole lot. Then lean protein, protein wey no carry fat, protein wey no carry too much of fat, good for body. You get? So the protein wey we dey eat, whether na beef, no be protein wey go carry fat, or protein wey you dey fry. Every time you are frying food, every time you are frying, whether na chicken, you go now fry am. Everything wey you dey do, you go dey fry am. Now, the plan is to help you reduce as much as possible the fat intake. No be say you no go dey eat fat, but na to reduce am to a level where, and to eat healthy fat. No be all these fat wey no healthy, fat wey dem fry. No be all those fat. E no go help. All right. Then the next thing na to fruits. You go also eat fruits. Fruits, many fruits get fiber, because na the battle of fiber wey we dey. Many of you don't know that vegetables, they are very rich in fiber, and then fruits, they are also rich in fiber. The only thing I say, your fruits now, we go need quantifier. We go need tell you the quantity where you go to eat, make you no go overshoot am. So these are the things where you fit chop, we go help you. And then there are also other things where we sef we dey still help. E get some things, drinks wey naturally no be herbal drink o, we no dey do herbal o. Na fruit and vegetable wey we dey use help our clients, help our friends dem. You know say I tell you say I get many friends wey be diabetic. So many of them, e get some drink wey we dey also use am. Maybe na when we go dey meet for the other side, we go tell you things wey we dey also mix to help with our patient, make dem use am control their sugar. But everything wey we dey do na food, vegetable, fruit, na the only things wey we no dey mix concoction give anybody. So concoction no be, e no dey our agenda. Na food wey we dey use, whole food, lean protein, reduced fry. You no go dey fry anyhow dey chop. Then vegetables, lots of it. So na wetin you go dey eat be that.
Thank you so much. So, you've been saying lean protein, lean fats, but it's for those of us that are scientists that understand what that means. So, can you give like a practical example, a simple example of what a healthy fat is, what type of oil, and then like the lean protein? Can you describe it in a minute? For instance, in the beef, can you explain that part that is the lean part of it, so that when you go to the market, you know what to buy?
Wheat wey no carry those white thing around am, wey those oil, you go dey see am sef, you go see am oil full for that white area, wheat wey dey carry those white things wey full the body. Na the meat wey you no go dey suppose dey chop be that. But that meat wey dey red, wey dey as normal meat for body wey suppose dey, you get. So na that meat you suppose dey eat. Most of those meat wey dey red, na you go dey chop. Those ones wey carry white thing around am, clustered around, abeg try as much as possible to avoid am. Na wetin I mean.
Chicken is white though, so I think you should also explain from there, because chicken is also white, so that they will not now say no chicken.
Chicken own na the back we go comot. You fit eat chicken, but the back we dey comot am if you dey eat am. comot that back. Now where the oil full be that. But inside the chicken, you fit chop am. Na where the meat for chicken dey.
Okay.
Abeg, make
Thank
I
you.
chook mouth for this matter.
Abeg, Chuko, thank you.
Okay, for this meat something, no be say dietitian don tell you say you fit chop meat wey no get fat, you fit chop chicken wey dey comot the back, you go now carry one whole chicken dey chop, or you go carry meat wey food dey like this my hand dey chop. No, dietitian go still, by the time wey you come meet
But
dietitian, im go still tell you the quantity wey you fit chop. So this is very important. Na wetin I say make I talk be that.
abeg, na the quantity. As we dey plan am, na say as we dey talk am for here, no be like you go download am book line and sinker. Na still say you go still meet your dietitian. As we talk about doctor here, na say you go still go see doctor to diagnose you. No be like say if you see symptom for your body, you go say, okay, na this thing, na diabetes I get. No, you go still go see doctor. If you see doctor finish, you go follow the other corner, come see us, wey be dietitian. Make we still tell you the cocoa wey you suppose dey eat. So no be like say we dey say make you now dey eat any meat, any quantity. No, 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 no.
Thank you for clarifying that, because some of us just saw free license to go and eat chicken, to go and eat meat anyhow. So thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so so I have one more question for you on this part. So you talked about the foods that we eat not to raise the blood glucose level, right? And you mentioned those, or some of those foods. Now, what if someone eats some of these foods? How do they identify that their blood glucose level is high, and how do they handle them? And how do they check to know when their blood glucose level is high or not? Because even when they're eating these foods, they still have to know how it's raising their blood glucose level. So, how often should they check it? And then, what are the signs? If it's high, how would the person know? And if it's low, how would the person know?
Personally, I normally I tell my friends them, say, if you want to learn how to check your blood sugar, if you cannot do everyday thing, which I advise, if you are starting, right, if you're starting out to control it, let it be a fasting thing that you do before you eat early morning. Me, I dey talk early morning because I know say your body don't relax, your body dey give accurate something. No be when you don waka do one or two things, you go now come dey check. No, as you dey wake up from sleep, maybe you don pray, your body still dey relaxed, you go bring that this thing check. Even your BP too, na the best time to check am be that. As you wake up, you just carry am, check, know as e be. Now if e dey high, some people, it depends on, e dey individualistic. Some people na say, e get people wey I know say their own na headache, e dey give them serious headache, or maybe they go feel very weak, they go dey very busy, they no fit do any much. Then if e dey low, some people their own na say they go feel, e get this sudden heat wey dey come, e go from nowhere, you go just dey feel hot, right? Then you go come dey dizzy, dey feel like say you dey fall, right? You go dey confused, like all of a sudden this thing dey happen all of a sudden. Na sudden thing wey dey happen. So na these things wey you go dey check. Anytime wey you dey feel too much tired, like unnecessarily, like e go just come, unusually e go just come like that. No say something dey wrong, abeg carry your glucometer. Na why e good to have am for house, check am, know as e be, so that you go know wetin to apply. If e dey high, you know as you go take do am, you go whether you don take your medication for that day, you go sure say you don take your medication. Then wetin you chop e also matter, wetin you don chop for that day e also matter. Na why we dey talk, just be in constant communication with your dietitian and your doctor. E go help you know when these things dey happen and wetin you fit do. If you dey low too much, sometimes we dey advise, if e too low, make you carry maybe one bottle of or half bottle of soft drink for that period. Na just that period, just use them, regulate them so that it go come up a bit, so that you know go because low sugar bad pass high sugar. So now the matter be that.
Okay, please, now you just mentioned soft drink. We might see it as license. Okay, I feel that I feel that my
I
blood
say
sugar level is low now.
no, no be feel oh. You go check am. You go get your glucometer for house. You go first check wetin e read. If e read say e dey low na say e dey below 70, e dey go 60, 50, e dey don dey go, e don dey go down 40. Abeg, carry half bottle of soft drink, take am, then keep the other one.
Okay.
You fit give am another person wey fit drink am, but no be for you to come dey drink am anyhow. Abeg.
Okay, because I can feel my blood sugar level is low now. If I'm feeling it like that,
Okay,
I
don
can go and take this something. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that. Dashana Dinchi. So when we talk about well-being, it's not just about WHO defines it as not just physical, right? So we also have to talk about mental and every other part. And also societal well-being is important. There is a lot of, let's say, stigma or judgment that comes with this condition. Once someone has it, especially type 2, it's always like, it's what you eat now. And that someone virtue said that people don't like to hear that because they feel guilty about the situation. But at the end of the day, the person might still hear that, right? So how do someone deal with that stigma? And what if people just assume, it's because of what you ate? So that is why you have this condition. How can someone handle this situation?
Okay, you do well for this question. When it comes to stigma, for first thing, the first thing wey dey happen to you, you get. So, and part of what we are doing to educate people about this condition is like hosting this conference. So anybody wey dey watch us now, at least if you started with us, if you don't understand, say, oh, na like this e be. And I like wetin my colleague talk. He say e no be death sen ten ce. So under in educating yourself, seeking for information as we are doing today will help you understand what the situation is. So it will also help you to know how to talk to people around you. This is what diabetes is. And let me still put it. Many people get diabetes, but they don't know. Many people get diabetes. Even person wey go dey point you finger, na wetin you chop, they say you get diabetes. That person fit get diabetes and you no know. So by the time you understand this condition, by seeking information like we are dishing out today, and it go help you know say no be death sen ten ce, and it go still help you know wetin you go tell others. As you dey educate another person wey dey feel one kind when e come near you, this person go now open eye clear say, this symptom wey I dey see, make I go check am whether na diabetes or not. Then another thing is to look for support groups. And what's part of wetin we do as Nutrition Life, we have created a community where people living with diabetes fit come, feel free, share their experience, feel free, talk wetin dey happen, and they will get advice, they will get encouragement from professionals, dietitians. So then apart from that, there are so many other support groups. Like in Nigeria, there is Diabetes Association of Nigeria. And wetin we dey do na wetin they dey do too. So if you look for this support group, get information, it will help you to even see that anything person wey dey talk, because say the person dey ignorant. So it go help you manage the stigma. Na so.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. So when people have this condition, they like, especially for those who have the for early diagnosis, right, or those who has been diagnosed for the first time, and they go home and they tell their friends, advice will come from everywhere. My brother started, my brother only eats plantain. No, this one, eat bag of beans, just like you said, eat only beans without oil. So all this advice will come, and people are here. They've heard some of the things we've said. They've heard most of the things we said as well. That people don't listen to what anybody says that you can actually eat anything, not just anything, sha, but from what your dietitian said. But everybody wants to help, especially maybe in the families. The wife might want to be the one, since she's the one cooking the food or something. She might want to be the one taking care of those situations. Maybe she did not go with the husband to go see the dietitian, or probably the husband did not go with the wife to go and see the dietitian. And he has, or either of them have a friend that is managing this condition. Now, all this unsolicited advice will come. It will always come. So, how do somebody handle that situation? They've come here, they've heard what we said, but then people, out of their, well, would I say, out of their kindness as well, because they're actually trying to help, right? But how do you educate those people? How do they handle those situations? And also to politely decline that, okay, no, this is not what it's supposed to be. How can they do that? National Dimchi?
Okay. Did they hear me?
Yes, we can. We can.
Sorry, my
They hear you.
network is lagging a bit. Can you hear me now? Okay. To handle unsolicited advice, in fact, this has been something I've experienced with my clients while in the hospital. I've seen clients, by the time I started educating them, you see them shed tears. They'll be like, so I've been killing myself with what I've been, the information I've been receiving from people. So what I usually tell them, when somebody wants to advise you, tell the person, thank you, well done, God bless you for the thing where they try talk. But my dietitian don't tell me, say, my dietitian have already told me what I should do. And I believe the plans or the dietary plan that my dietitian have given me is working best for me. So thank you, say it, but this is what I'm doing. So I think this is one way you can use to handle all these advices. Like you rightly mentioned, advice must come. So, but politely tell them, thank you, God bless you. I know say you care, I know say you love me, but I already have a plan that I'm following and it's working perfectly for me. So this not the way. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So I also have another question. What resources? Okay, you mentioned that there are already support groups as well for people who have this condition and who can also help them. Are there other resources available to help people in this condition? As apart from support groups, are there other resources that exist to help people with this condition? So, what are there like efforts also by dietitians or by organization? What sort of collaboration do they have
Okay.
to help to make these medications more affordable and also to help people with this condition?
Okay. The truth be say, waiting they kill person now, waiting person no know. If you understand your condition, if you seek for information, you go know say some no say solution dey. Part of group I've mentioned before, what they do, this Association of Nigeria. I think I'm having a have members and health professionals. Because why am I saying this? I've this Association of Nigeria. We partnered with them into an outreach in Omoahia precisely. So, and this partnership, we targeted people that don't know they have diabetes. We were able to tell them because during the outreach, you have doctors, head lab scientists. So they were on ground, they identify people living with diabetes, give them the treatment options, doctor advice based on medication, dietitian is there right on hand to give uh, advice on lifestyle changes. Then they were also giving free Diabetes Association of Nigeria is part of what they do because they have uh, pharmacists, people they partner with. They can link you to where you will get subsidized medication when it comes to drugs. They can link you with that. Now, let me shock you. As of today, if you go to their website, Diabetes Association of Nigeria have 18,500 members, but the people living with diabetes in Nigeria is more than 10 million. So you can see how bad it is. Because people don't have information, because they are not looking for support group like what we are doing today, they seem not to get solutions to their problem. So you can talk to your doctor who will you, of course, if you register with Diabetes Association of Nigeria, you can get linked to how you will be able to access this medication at a subsidized rate. It's just that people want to isolate, or they think, na death be that. Oh, they are not asking questions, just like what we are doing today. That's why they are not getting information. But the doctors, apart from Nigeria, we have diabetes sisters, we have beyond type 1 diabetes. So these are support groups you can even look into that will help you, link you up to where you can get medication at a subsidized rate. Thank you.
Part of the resources, right? Part of the resources is also what we are trying to also provide. And that is what has led us into what we are doing. Later in the later, maybe by the end of this program, we have found out that we now have a book that we wrote. Is a book that has a holistic approach to diabetes. Like we have a book of over 20 chapters, and it talks about everything that you need to know as a diabetic person. And we wrote it. It's a conversational book, right? It's not something that talks about the scientific things around diabetes a lot, So we made it a bit conversational, something that you can relate to, explaining things to you, using things that you can actually relate. Just like I said, that diabetes is a key problem, right? So we use some of those kinds of illustrations to explain, diabetes to people. And then there is also the part that we created a course out of that book. So we have a video course that also explains. So if you're somebody that you're not so good on reading, things, lengthy stuff, so you can actually watch the video. So it also explains to you things that you need to know about this condition and how you can actually control your sugar level, working with your dietitian, collectively. So that's part of the support we also provide.
Thank you so much for that. So, Dr. Swafechi, when people are diagnosed with this condition, there's always a lot of fear, right? And emotional support is very important in managing this condition. Now, how can someone accept this diagnosis? And also, because this person has this condition, there's always a fear about different complications, because while you are being told these things, they're also being told, oh, if you don't take your medication or if you don't eat right, this would happen. They are usually overwhelmed with information at that point. So how can someone manage this and take care of this slowly so that they don't get overwhelmed?
First of all, like I said, ignorance breeds fear. When you are ignorant, you can only multiply the fear that is internal, right? But when you go for knowledge, when you know something over and over, you discover that fear will naturally leave. So just like we are talking now, there are people already where they are. Some burdens are being lifted, like burdens of fear are being lifted because something is happening in their inside as they are hearing some of these things. So when you allow yourself to be in that comfort zone where fear can grip you, it's because you don't know enough. So, but when you start knowing, you just discover naturally you won't be afraid of diabetes. You won't be afraid of controlling your blood sugar. It will just come naturally, right? You just start seeing, and let me tell you, this fear also contributes to people's blood sugar not coming down because because of ignorance, fear comes. Now, when fear comes, desperation is there. There's always fear around, there's always desperation around fear. Whatever you're afraid of, you become desperate to leave that place. So, this desperation is now what marketers cash in on, take advantage of, to sell to them all kinds of things. But when you know enough, naturally you cannot fall prey to some of those their habits.
Thank you so much for providing such a beautiful answer. So, just quickly, Daishan Adinchi, how do you cope with managing this diabetic stress? A lot of things come up there. So, how would the person feel motivated? Because it's not easy. Although you've mentioned communities and all, but individual as well. At the end of the day, we try to do what we can, right? But there's always certain feelings that come up. So, how do you manage that stress? Because it does not just affect that person, it also affects the family members, it affects everybody around them because everybody thinks, oh, I don't want this person's sugar level to go high. I want this person to live long. So not just for the person who has this condition, but for the family as well. So how can you manage that stress and also feel motivated, especially when they get overwhelmed?
Is
Is
it
the
for
Dashana
question
me
Deuchi,
meant
can you
or
hear
for
me?
myself?
me?
Yes, yes, it's for you, Dashana Deuchi.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a network delay here, but if you can hear what I'm saying now, please let me know.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can.
you.
When it comes
I think he's
when it comes to managing stress for people living with diabetes and this feeling of overwhelming, you just feel tired. It is always important to communicate with your healthcare providers. Okay. Number one, you can always talk to your doctor. Of course, you can also talk to your dietitian about how you feel. They are there to encourage you. If maybe you feel that you are having one particular challenge with the medication the doctor is giving you, you should always communicate with him to be able to take care of that particular challenge. Then when it comes to eating, in my years of practice, I've counseled a patient. I don't advise them and they just go like that. So I always give follow up. I help them go through one or two challenges. I help them go through one or two challenges they might be facing. Then another thing, like we have mentioned, is to understand it is one step at a time. You celebrate your little winnings. For instance, if you check your sugar and you know that your sugar is 160 and you start this treatment plan and your sugar start coming down, you are doing what the doctor say, you are doing what the dietitian say, and your sugar start coming down. Maybe the time you check, your sugar is now at 100. You should pat yourself on the back at the back and say you are doing well. So it will help you not to feel so frustrated. It will help you to understand you are really making an effort, okay, to control the sugar. So this will help you not to feel overwhelmed, and this will help you to make a sustainable take treatment for a very long time, and before you know it your sugar will become under tight control. Then another thing, like I already mentioned in the first instance, look out for communities uh, of people living with diabetes. By the time you join, you hear stories, you hear from people experience, you hear what they are doing, how they have been able to overcome this challenge. I think this will help a diabetes not to be overwhelmed. Thank you. Sorry for my
let's
delay network issues.
drop some anything. What I tell my friends is anything that you don't have direct control of, don't take it up. Like, don't make it your own problem. If you don't have a direct control over something, don't worry about them. Just try as much as possible to let them be. Time has a way of affecting a lot of things that stress us, a lot of mental, stress that we undergo. Time has a way of dealing with them. Just stay calm and don't push so much on it.
Thank you. So we have some questions from our audience. So I'm just going to put these two questions together. Now when does change of weather affect diabetes treatment, and is diabetes reversible?
Yeah.
Quickly, there's
Um,
one for you.
I
Quickly, please.
yes, I actually found out recently that there's a correlation, and it's even in our book. There's a correlation with weather and diabetes, right? It has to do with oxidative stress, and it happened when my my friend traveled to UK or something, or Italy. She went for a conference and told me that anytime she leaves Nigeria, that her blood is better managed or her blood is better controlled. I it shook me. She just asked me, is there any relationship between weather condition and diabetes? That was where it struck me that I've not done anything around that. And that was while I was writing the book. So I had to go on a research. I discovered that there is a relationship, there's a correlation between um, the weather condition and your diabetes. And it has to do with free radicals. I don't want to go into the drama that happens, but the whole thing is that you need more antioxidants to help you replenish some of the things that you lose, right? When you are trying to control your diabetes, you need a lot of antioxidants. And these are things that we also provide in the recipe drink that we provide for our clients. And we use it to help them replenish the antioxidant stores, which also helps in better controlling of of their sugar level.
Okay, thank you for that. So, one someone in the comment section said that they have diabetes, but they don't have any of these symptoms that you've mentioned. So, what do you have to say about that? So, I think there's some patient we don't talk about symptoms, right? So, just quickly
Yeah.
address that issue
I,
so that we can
I
go ahead.
I want to know who diagnosed this person. That's another thing.
Exactly.
He said I have
Exactly what I want to
now
ask.
diagnosed. You discover that most people are self-diagnosed. They just say, and just like you said, I'm diabetic. Like it's a feeling in their head that they are diabetic, and then they just pick it up and start running with it, looking for solution. Most people that are my friends, which I've worked with, most of them never went to the hospital. Most of them. It's just when I come in contact with them, I'll ask them, oh yeah, first thing before we start anything, go to the doctor. Let the doctor diagnose you and say you're diabetic. Then you can come back, let's go. And I've done it severally. But most people who are desperate for money start just, working with. We don't do that. We try to send you to the doctor, confirm that you are diabetic, not just to just come and take anything. And then this person, it's possible that this person may not have been diagnosed. I'm not saying for a fact, but what informed the decision to say that he or she is diabetic? That you have hyperglycemia doesn't mean that you're diabetic. There are things that can happen that can raise your blood sugar. So it doesn't mean that you're there. That's why you need to visit the doctor and be properly diagnosed before you can say you're diabetic. I don't know if you have anything
Thank
to say.
What you just said is exactly my thought because when the person said I didn't see any symptom, but I'm diabetic, I was like, how do you know you are diabetic if you are not properly diagnosed? Even before I went into the treatment, I was hammering that you need to go and do proper diagnosis by a physician in order to identify before you can proceed with treatment. Not because maybe you listen to the options and symptoms and you feel like I'm diabetic, or so you need to do proper diagnosis before you go into treatment. So what you said is just right.
okay. Thank you for that. So, someone asked, what are the after effect of metformin? And then I also want you to answer which hospital is best to go check. Is it general hospitals or private hospitals for the diagnosis as well? Following up from the diagnosis, which hospital is best to check? And then what are the after effects of metformin? I know that we are not the pharmacist or the doctor, but the
Yeah.
questions have arisen. So
Yeah.
if there's anything you have to say there, please say before.
For me, I've heard a lot about the effect of metformin, right? But I'm not going to stay and demonize it. That's what I tell people. I will not be part of those who wants to sell my own product to you so that you will leave metformin or any other product or any other medication. Most people that preach against orthodox medicine, they have a product that they want you to have in exchange for their own. So they want you to replace orthodox medicine with their own medicine, and that's not good, right? If you want to market to people about your whatever you're selling, just market it. Don't demonize another thing. So what I can say about metformin, whether it has long-term effects after you use it for it's left for you to decide with the doctor. If you have a problem with metformin, go back to the doctor. Tell doctor, please, I don't like the feeling I'm having with this metformin. Can you give me another medication? I do it a lot with my friends. I do it. I tell them, if you don't feel good about it, tell the doctor to change it. They will say, okay, take Galvosmet or take this one. I'm not prescribing any medicine. I'm just telling you what the doctor will do. The doctor will now prescribe other medications to you that your body is suitable with. It's possible that you have a problem with metformin or any of those known diabetic medication. So, but if you do meet your doctor, let them change it for you, and that's simple. There's no issues on that.
Yes, thank you for that response. Okay, so what to eat and what to do not eat is always an issue. So we have some questions. Can someone who has diabetes take coffee? And also cocoa drink, the pure cocoa powder that has been in the market for a while now. So can someone who has diabetes also take those things? So whether coffee, whether tea, what are the ones I can recommend for people?
Okay.
Cocoa drinker.
Um, when it comes to eating, dieting, as far as diabetes is concerned, is not a blanket something. It's not something we just say everybody will start practicing. We always emphasize on individuality. Okay, so that being mentioned, remember when I started talking on treatment options, I said there could be complications. If somebody is hypertensive, you can't take coffee. Coffee contains caffeine, and this alters or stimulates your blood pressure. So, in fact, diabetics should not take anything that is, high or that contains caffeine. So, which coffee is part of it. Then, cocoa as a beverage. Cocoa contains antioxidants. But if I say take cocoa, people might bastardize it. So, it's better to meet us one on one. We can tell you, okay, this is the amount you can actually take. Okay, this is the amount you shouldn't exceed. So it's not a blanket thing. So it's an individualized plan. So working closer with your dietitian, okay, can help you simplify these things. So I cannot just say, okay, go and take coffee. But if I'm working with you, if there are other complications, I see maybe that cocoa might not be needed, I will take it. I will ask you not to take it. But if I've seen and assess and see there is no issue, I can give you the uh, quantity that you can be able to take. So that is it.
Thank you very much for that. I know we have so many questions, but we won't be able to address all of them today. So try to join our community for your questions to be addressed, and we'll be giving you directions on how to do that. So right about now, we are going to the next section of this. This is an exciting section, actually. It is very, very exciting. So for all our friends, we want to launch our diabetic accountability retreats, and Daishan Fechi will be giving a brief overview on that so that you can know what this is all about. So for all our friends, this is for you, and just pay attention. Thank you.
Okay, so we actually want to help you on this journey, and we want to help you just beyond advice, right? We want to be in a close contact with you where we are going to hold you by the hand and kickstart this journey with you. this is not just a one-time thing. All right, we want to have a 5-day event, 5-day event where we are going to be accountable. You are going to be accountable to us while we walk through this journey with you. It's a 5-day accountability retreat. Now, this retreat promises to help you start your journey on how you can control your blood sugar. It's going to be a 5-day of more teachings, simplified teachings that will help you develop your own method on how you want to control your blood sugar, because you're going to be working directly with us. And even beyond that 5 days, you also have an opportunity to consult with us. We have a book. This is one of the resources I mentioned earlier. Dear Diabetic. Dear Diabetic is a book that we just launched, and it's going to help you control your sugar, understanding every aspect, all the details required for you to control your sugar sustainably. We are not giving you one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing. It's not the OTP something. We want you to learn how to do it yourself. DIY, right? Do it yourself. How to control your blood sugar yourself and not panic over your blood sugar and or struggle or be afraid of anything. You've learned the art and you are participating in it and you're doing it. So in that 3 days, in that 5 days, you're going to learn all of this. And after that 5 days, you can also continue a journey, because it's a journey that we want to be part of. We want you to be accountable to us and to yourself. Now, to be part of this accountability challenge, it's 3,000 naira, right? 3,000 naira, and you pay into the account that is showing on your screen. Now, when you pay, if you pay for the accountability challenge, you're going to use accountability retreat. You're going to use accountability retreat as the description and send it to the number that we are going to. If you're in the group, try and send it to the admin. Any of the admins will attend to you. You're not going to send it to any other person. You're not going to send it to the group. Don't drop it in the group. Send it to any of the admins and they're going to attend to you. And then if you need our book, this book, Dear Diabetic, it's 5,000 naira and this is 50% discount. We are going to take it to 10,000 by the end of the month. And so if you need it, you need to get it right away. So it's 5,000 naira, and I tell you, what is in this book is beyond 5,000 naira. You can just bet your money on it, and I'll eat it, right? The information you're going to get here is something that you have never seen anywhere, and it simplifies diabetes and helps you understand it. But this book is what you're going to be working alongside with us. You're not just going to buy a book and go and sleep. No, we don't want that. So you're going to be working closely with us for us to work with you. Now, we also have an opportunity to work with us. You can consult with dietitian right here, right? If you want to consult with us and you're going to get a meal plan after the consultation, it's just 20,000 naira. So if you want to pay for any of this, whether it's the book, whether it's for the accountability retreat, whether it's for the consultation, if you pay anything, use the name of what you paid as a description, right? And send it to any of the admins in the group. So just do that today till Monday. Our accountability challenge starts on Monday to Friday. So anything you're doing is between now and Sunday evening. So if you don't finish it Sunday evening, that means you wait for the next batch, because we're going to be having the accountability retreat, the next batch before the year runs out, which we are going to also announce in the group. But the accountability challenge is just 3,000 naira. If you want to be part of it, you pay and send your receipt to any of the admin or this number. If you have anything to write, you can write 0907 5253 500 0907 5253 500. Now, this is where you can send your receipt or any of the admin, if you're in the group, send it to any of the admin, and then you will be given the um, link to enter the group where the accountability retreat will take place. Thank you for listening, and we really appreciate you. You can do well to work with us. We really care. We are empathetic about your condition, and we are not here to just take your money and run away. That's not what we are here. We want to really work with you on this journey and want to see you transform in your health. Thank you very much. I'll see you. Barbara, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much for that. This is accountability partner time. Everything we are doing now, you need to be accountable to somebody. So please, and please do well to join. You are not just going to be helping yourself, you're also going to be helping somebody. You're going to be inspiring somebody, and someone else is also going to be inspiring you. So it is a two-way thing. It's even more than a two-way thing. So let's all try to work together. This Nutrition Life has an amazing community for people who have this condition. So please try to be part of this accountability challenge. I know that we are coming to the end of this. I know that we want to stay more and hear more, but we all have to go and get our 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep. So if we are here till 9 p.m., we cannot
Exactly.
get that number of hours of sleep. So
Exactly.
we need to go home and get that hours of sleep and get that rest. And for those of us who are yet to have their dinner, it's almost 7, so you need to also go and have your dinner as well. As a dietitian, once it's 7 o'clock, we don't want to hear that you're still eating. Between 7 to 7:30, you should have had your dinner. So we don't also want to keep you. So you not say, it's dietitian that made me to eat late today. Oh." That will not tell well of us. So we are gradually coming to the end of this, and it's time for our benediction.
Okay. Adi, do you have something to say?
Okay, I'm just trying to drop on the comment section the account details and the various packages and the number that they can actually
Okay.
reach out to if they should pay into the account.
Okay.
So you can
That's
go
good.
ahead with the beneficiary.
Okay, so you go to the comments, you will see the details where you're going to pay. Like I said, drop it with any of the admins if you are in the group, but if not, drop it with the number. The number is on WhatsApp, so just send it to that number. We confirm it and we'll send you a link that will take you to the accountability retreat group. Now, we want to plead with you that this is not something that we are just doing just to, you know, deceive you like many people do, right? Now, this is an evidence-based journey that we want to embark on with you to support you. We have done this severally for many people, and so we want to assist you. So please, if you really want to get a sustainable blood sugar control and master the art of doing it yourself without panicking, now this is for you. And I plead with you to jump on this and you will never regret it. That's it.
Thank you. So please jump on the moving train. Jump on the moving train. So any last words for us that can add in chat that one pages before we can close out this session. So briefly, any last words?
So briefly, I really appreciate the audience for having started with us from the beginning, and now we are coming to the end. And I want to also believe that they have been able to gain knowledge from a non-professional perspective what diabetes is all about and the treatment options. So, and I also want to say, if actually you are diabetic and you want to uh, achieve optimal sugar control, it is possible. Don't let anybody deceive you that is not possible, or don't let anybody sell supplements. We are not talking about supplements. We are just, if you listen closely to what we say, we are talking about lifestyle and dieting. So if you are interested in achieving this optimal sugar control, you are in the right place. So, and with the details I've dropped on the comment section, you can actually use it to assess us. Thank you very much.
Finally, for me, just know that diabetes is not just about medication and food. There are other lifestyle changes that need to come into play to help the approach to be complete. So it's a multifactorial approach that you need. So don't just focus on medication or don't just focus on dieting. Every of those blocks need to come together, and that is what we are doing. We build those blocks to help you, achieve your blood sugar control. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the other side. Barbara, are you there?
I'm trying to unmute. Which other
Okay.
side? Please be specific about the other side that you're talking about.
We'll see on the other side, on the challenge group, on our community, on everywhere. We
Oh,
are there.
okay, thank you, so that we can be sure. Wow, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for celebrating this day with us. Our fighters, our warriors, that is what you are. You're a fighter, you are a warrior. And we are telling you that we know, we see you, we love you, and we care about you. So kindly follow us on all our social media platforms, and also do well to join this challenge. And until the next Power Pack section, we want to say have a good night rest and take care of yourself. Remember, diabetes is not a death sentence. Good night, everybody.
All
Night,
right, bye.
night.
Bye bye.